lot of Christian nationalists and alpha bros that come on my channel and say, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, I do have a book called The Bible Says So, and I have a Bible scholar here to see if I do in fact know what I'm talking about.
All right, let's see it.
So according to Christian nationalists, God hates gays.
Well, you've got a few different positions in the Bible. God doesn't really hate too many people at all. And the Hebrew Bible says nothing at all about female same-sex intercourse. So in some streams of tradition within Judaism, they have no issue with female same-sex intercourse.
Lesbians, you're good.
Paul is a bit different. Paul is not a fan of a lot of sex. In fact, Paul would prefer everybody be celibate. And he says if you can't hack celibacy, that you can go ahead and get married for occasional prophylactic sex, just to keep down the urges. And we reject the majority of what Paul says anyway, so I don't know why a lot of people decide they're going to pick and choose which features of Paul's sexual ethic to maintain and which to reject. But,
and Christian nationalists say abortion is murder.
Ooh, that's a tricky one because there's absolutely nothing at all in the New Testament about abortion. There's not anything in the Hebrew Bible either. However, the Hebrew Bible treats a fetus more as property than as a person. And we do have a law that says that if men are fighting and they accidentally injure a pregnant woman and they cause her to miscarry, the penalty is a fine that is chosen by the husband. If that injury causes the woman to die, the penalty is the death penalty, which means that the fetus by itself was more property than person. So breath is really the constitutive element of life for the Hebrew Bible. By the time of the New Testament, they had three different positions related to when a fetus becomes a person, all influenced by Greek philosophy. Either it happens at conception, this is what the Pythagoreans and the Epicureans thought. It happens at the quickening, which is what the Aristotelians thought. Or it happens at birth, which is what the Stoics thought. And early Christians debated which of these they should pick. And by around the end of the 4th, beginning of the 5th century CE, they settled on the Aristotelian view and decided that a fetus became a person at the quickening. That was the consensus view within Christianity until the 1800s.
The Bible commands modesty.
Every time the Bible talks about modesty, particularly for women and dress, it's about avoiding ostentatious displays of wealth and status. It never once says that a woman has to cover any part of her body so that she doesn't cause men to lust.
I'm not saying buy the book, but I would buy the book.